There were just so many top performers for UVM in that meet. We don't have time to name them all.
No, it would probably take all night, but one of them, I'll give you one. That was Havana Layton, a first-year two-sport athlete from Naples, Florida, who instead of now going into the off-season, is heading into her next season. Havana Layton has been in a pool for as long as she can remember.
My mom told me that the first time I'd ever swam like in a pool was in my grandma's pool. She let me go and I swam across the whole pool, but I didn't know how to breathe. So I would just put my head down and just keep swinging across. And my mom was like, wow, I think you're pretty good at it.
Her passion for the sport has held steady ever since. She also had a passion for cross country, but those two seasons collided when she entered high school, so she had a decision to make.
I would have done both if I could have, but since they were the same, I had to choose, and obviously I wanted to choose swimming.
The Florida native was a captain her junior and senior seasons and finished state runner-up in the 100 freestyle both those years. But in between seasons, she wanted to try something new. Her uncle was a pole vaulter at the University of Florida, and he encouraged her to give it a go.
And so as a freshman, I went out and tried it. The first time I went to actually vault, I was too scared and couldn't do it. And then the second time my uncle was he came to the first practice and helped me, and he was like, just do it, trust me, it's gonna be fun and you're gonna like it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. So then the second time I did it, and that feeling was the most fun and exhilarating thing I've ever felt. It's literally you're just flying through the air. Ever since then, I wanted to keep going to pole vault practice.
Despite COVID shortening one track and field season and injuries limiting her in another, she still pursued her dream of doing both sports in college. So when it came time to reach out to coaches across the country, she called back to a childhood memory.
The first time I'd ever seen snow was middle school. My parents brought me to Stowe, Vermont. We got out of the car and we just saw this winter wonderland. There's this little park, this swinging bench, and I just looked up catching snowflakes on my tongue, and it was this was actually so magical because I'd never seen it before. I'd always had that idea of Vermont in my head, and so when I was looking for places in the Northeast where I could swim and do track, Vermont was one of the first places that came into my mind.
So she got in touch with the coaches at UVM, and the recruiting process began.
When she was talking and just expressed an interest and love of Vermont and her academics, we felt it was a good fit. And they says, I do track, I'm a pole vaulter, do you think that's a possibility?
Jerry kind of led the charge with the recruiting aspect, and then we supported the notion that this would be a good place for her to do both and to give her that opportunity.
I really felt it was a good compliment for us, that the power she's going to get in track would really translate and help her in her events in swimming. So I was thrilled. I was excited to make that work for her. And honestly, if it was going to be the bait that was going to be able to hook her and bring her in here, I was willing to do that.
Now, just months into her freshman year, she helped Vermont make history at America East Championships as part of the relay team that clinched the title. And after a quick breather, now she's gearing up for the outdoor track season.
It's a lot of work to do, but when you're so passionate about everything that you do, it's not even that much of a chore. It's just something that you want to do and you like doing.